Hi guys, Dr. Mel here. We are busy with redox or oxidation and reduction, and we are going to have a look at galvanic cells in this lesson. It's important that you've got your pen with you. You should have your electrode potential or table 4 with you. Guys, you need a calculator, you need your tools, and I'll specifically tell you how we're going about to get this quite difficult concepts easier and more understandable and digestible. So let's get to know the galvanic cells. Now we always go back to the source of this type of reactions, which is oxidation and reduction. What does it mean? It means oxidation is the loss. Can you see there? Oxidation is the loss of electrons. So one substance will lose electrons, and that you know now we call oxidation. On the other hand, half of the cell, it's got two portions, will be reduction. So reduction is the gaining of that specific electrons that was lost. So you've got reduction and oxidation taking place, one half oxidation, the other reduction. The voltaic and galvanic cells will be the application of those concepts. Now, some textbooks say galvanic, some will say voltaic, and I just want to quickly show you what's the difference between those two concepts. When I've got galvanic cells, I just use a galvanometer. A galvanometer measures very small current. It's a very fine measurement of current. But all it will tell me is that there's electricity flowing. So you will have there a galvanometer, and it will tell you the electrons are flowing. Or you can use a voltmeter. That will be called a voltaic cell. But it doesn't matter which one of the two you're using, you'll get exactly the same results. Remember, a voltmeter, which you've done in physics, will measure the electric potential. So that's just in the beginning to specify. Both of them will be used interchangeably. It just depends which measurement did you do, a galvanometer or a voltmeter. The second will be all the components. So we've sorted now the voltmeter, and the components we'll need will be either a volt or a galvanometer. So make sure that you've got that in your diagram when you're going to draw it, or see and identify if they're giving you that specific instrument. Right, let's have a look. So we've got that covered. The second part that we've got with the volt and the galvanometer or the galvanometer will be two separate beakers. Can you see those two beakers? And it actually represents the half cells. So you'll have one half cell on that side, and you'll have another half cell on this side. Can you see there? That will be the other one. So I've got two half cells making one battery for that matter. Two half cells I've got. What do I add? I've got here a solution. Now that solution will have copper 2 plus or zinc 2 plus or whatever ions will be available, and that we call electrolytes. You have to make sure that you distinguish between all the terms. That's why I'm breaking it up in small little portion. So I've got a volt and a galvano. It's separated in two half cells, and I've got electrolytes, which is the solutions that I've got that. Then I also have the pieces of metal or whatever electrode. It needn't be metal. It can be a gas little chamber. It can be a few things. That we'll call the electrode. And you'll have a positive and a negative electrode, which we'll name in the next lesson. Okay, I think we've done those four now. So we'll have electrodes, and we can now say what's left. We've covered the electrodes, the electrolytes, the electrodes, the volt or the galvanometer. The linking of this electrode to that electrode will be with just connecting wires. You just take a connecting wire there, exactly like you did in your current and all your questions on the current and the circuits. That's just the connecting wires. Can you see? I've actually showed you there that we can actually link those together. And here you've got your voltmeter. So that's circuit. The final component of the cell. Can you see we've done the voltmeter? We now did the connecting. We did the electrode, the electrolyte. Do you hear the different words? The remaining part is this little bridge that's linking the one solution or electrolyte to the other. And that we call a salt bridge. Now we've done the acids and bases, and you know where a salt will form. It will be from an acid and base reaction. You'll get a salt plus water, and that salt will be specifically put into this little tube. Now it's a U-tube, and you actually plug it with a little bit of cotton wool so that it actually takes some of the ions from the one to the other end. And the function will be to link it. So let's just quickly have a look. Have you got your volt galvanometer? You know there's two half cells. You've got the electrolytes in the solution. The electrode will be that linked to the volt or galvanometer. You've got your connecting conducting wires that conducts electricity, and now you've got your salt bridge. So that's all the components that you're going to use with these galvanic or voltaic cells. Guys, remember, there's another cell, electrolysis. Don't get confused. Here you've got specifically a chemical reaction, chemical energy creating electrical energy. So it's important that you know that's why we use this galvanic or voltaic cell. I need you now for the next lesson to get a piece of paper. Now, an A4 is a little bit small, so I need you to get two A4s, which we call an A5. Get an A5, take it out of one of your books. Take the paper and get it ready, because we are going to use it to draw your own voltaic and galvanic cell, so that we can get all the reactions very neatly packed and structured for the next lesson. So get your paper ready, get your half reaction table ready, because we are going to use it for the next lesson. And then finally, you need to be able, after this lesson, to identify all the components of that cell that we bought, and we actually said name them. We went through all of that. We will show you. We'll actually show you an experiment with this. But we went through this galvanic and voltaic cell. And you've got to know the functions, but we'll go through the functions just now in the next lesson. Bye.